There's a hand up. Hands up.
The hands up.
Blowjobs at Hells Headbangers Warehouse. There we go. We got pizza parties,
they're not
beer,
giving them.
blowjobs. Come on, get acid witch autographs and everything. Yeah. But here we are again for part 6.
Midnight, Nunslaughter, Acid Witch, Profanatica. We're down there usually 4 or 5 days a week.
No, not just that, dude. We got
Perdition Temple.
No, he's too close. We got Imperath, we got Wolfie. Wolfie's flipping the demos and grabbing another slice of pizza for everybody.
I forgot. I saw him last week. He's down there just hanging out.
People got that reference when I said it at the channel. They were laughing like, yeah, when you said this out, I had werewolves sign up for me. Because people would say that, dude. In the comments like, yeah, have Impurath sign my Black Witcher record when you send it out. I'll get right on that. It's like, he's just right over the corner packing.
Well, what pairs well with that, too, is I want things with hand delivering, put on the Hell's plane.
They do that to the
Hell's
plane.
Make sure when you, Justin, when you deliver that, Eric, when you deliver
it's at the back
the
door.
back door on the left. It's the red door. Just, just wiggle the door and just put it right behind the screen.
Watch out for the dog. Make sure you don't
Well, there was a time when like all 3 brothers worked under the same roof.
Yeah, that was for a long time.
Even
for better or worse, that was
actually
probably
at the
No, I never worked. I never worked
No,
there.
She's never done that.
When they lived together.
Okay. Well, okay.
So
Chasey Boy, every time he leaves the house, he has to get jumper cables just to jump the car. He doesn't even do his own groceries. He's like, that's for the peasants. He doesn't deliver.
It's not even groceries. He just gets from like food a day or whatever.
Microwaves
of one little thing.
You know the food for the week, right?
Yes.
When we first moved out, we were in the
house.
Dude, he comes back from Papa John's. He's got 5 fucking large pepperonis. I'm like, what are you having, a party? Food for the week. I'm like, it's right down the street. You can get a fresh one each day. But I got a fresh one each day. I didn't get 5. I was like, it's crusty.
They had a fucking deal. It was like $20. You get
Again, it was a stack. I was like, for the week.
This is why Hell's Headbangers survives. Because like if you're ordering pizza day, it's like, okay, it's money.
There's Papa John's Pizza and Heisty, or whatever that shit was on the top of the page.
Just be glad this cheap motherfucker wasn't using the boxes to ship out records.
That's like
I use fresh boxes.
D did have to leave $1 in the fridge for that Dr. Pepper.
I asked him, that was a tip.
He goes in the fridge. He's like, can I have a Dr. Pepper? I'm like, well, those are Eric's, dude. He's like, I'll leave $1. He puts it in the fridge right next to his Dr. Pepper.
That wasn't my role. He's just a very generous man. He's a very wealthy man.
He's a very wealthy man.
That's generous.
That's a very underground story, people. That is only
true story.
That is only a circle.
I remember the one that was top 2 I think was scrap the Burn the Cross records. Of course, I tell D, because especially that's when I was working second shift still at Dupley, and I'd get to bed at like 3 a.m. No, later than that. I'd get home at 2:30, and I would pull the orders. Eric was back then. The print shop doesn't matter. But I get home at 2:30, and then AM. And then so then I would come in. Chase would log the orders. I would pull all the orders before I went to bed, and then Eric, because he worked 3rd shift, Eric would pack them.
Because we didn't.
This
is pre-warehouse.
Pre-warehouse is back at the house, and so I get to bed really late, and D's come down on a Saturday. He's like, we'll burn the crosses. I'm like, yeah, get there at like 10 a.m. No problem, bro. He gets there at fucking like 8:30 a.m. Knocked on the door. I left the door unlocked. I knew he was gonna get there early, but I'm thinking like 15 minutes early. Who the fuck shows up an hour and a half early?
This is Gen X, man. That's
right. He's like, everyone was asleep, and I remember my cat Ozzy. He's my first cat. I was like, did Ozzy come up and see you when he came in? He's like, he was the only one that did.
I remember that actually, dude. I was like, Don's already here. Like, fuck, I was like, shower yet. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I told you 11.
It's get this shit done, man.
Take care of business, man. Let's fucking do this.
I was like, I gave you a time. I was like, well, you show up an hour and a half early. Please look at me like I'm the dick.
You are. You're a fucking dick, man. Fuck.
Mr. Fucking Go-Getter.
Yeah.
Go-Getter told him the time. Go-Getter was ready at 10. I didn't give him a fake time.
I do recall that, yeah.
Yeah, every time. He fucked me.
Now, do you
He lubed you up. He lubed you up.
Have you heard any of the stories about the parties that they threw?
What parties?
There's a party. Yeah, party. Your party at your place. Party at your place.
That wasn't our
memory.
idea. That was like the ex-wives' ideas. Like they were like, oh, we gotta have people over.
I don't know what parties you're talking about.
No, we had parties at my house.
Yeah,
you had a couple.
were you too?
That's where somebody got kicked out.
That was said parties and
my memory. No, he's talking about like probably 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
No, because we were
you mean the card games?
No, he had a I think it was Memorial Day weekend. You're like, we're having a Memorial Day party.
Oh yeah, when you put my grill.
You had to set up a barbecue?
I had to put the fucking barbecue together.
That's my story, though.
You're weenies. I got weenies and fucking burgers and shit. I wanted melted cheese. He's like, he had pizza and wings, and I said,
So I said, here's what I said. I was like, I'm having a party. D's like, do you need me to bring anything? I'm like, nope. Food and beverages all provided on my dime. Oh, sounds good, bro. He shows up with hot dog.
He didn't say bro. I never knew Don said
it was something. Whatever. It was 20 years ago. Looking forward to it. Yeah,
very excited.
Yeah, or maybe give me the thumbs up. He shows up with burgers, dogs, and bratwurst. He's like, "Yeah, where are we grilling?" I was like, "I already have food on the way." He's like, "Oh, I thought we were barbecuing." I was like, "I never said that." I was like, "I do have a grill."
It is Memorial Day.
I told him. He got the memo, and I was like, I do got a grill. I was like, but I haven't put it together yet. Well, let's get this thing put together. I'm like, you're more than welcome to put it together if you want. So him and Hughes spent like 3 hours putting it together.
Mike Hughes and put it together.
I was like, all right, works for me. I got a grill put together now.
The story is asshole didn't have a grill ready to go. Preheated and ready for the sizzle.
Well, that was there. That was a party.
And half a jug of OJ.
That was a party. Yeah. Dude, that was great. You showed up fucking.
Food and drinks.
We're drubbing. He drub on preheat 400.
He had a party, and you showed up with half a bottle of fucking
orange juice,
orange juice, apple juice, whatever, and a frozen pizza.
Yeah.
And everybody else bringing. They got souffles and casseroles and pasta salad.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo. That they was having food.
No, because I
knew his grill wasn't put together.
Just Sea-Dog's like, what are you doing there? He's like, you said bring food and drinks. He's like, I said drinks for everyone, not fucking your backwash.
I'm thinking like a nice craft beer 6-pack.
Again, this is coming from like a people who
I don't know.
These stories society.
That's what happened. I was there.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, like I said, the parties weren't. It wasn't like our idea. It was like they were.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't part of like the party.
Yeah, you didn't come into the parties. We didn't know you that well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I stayed in my bedroom. I was learning fucking possessed. Fucking.
That's right.
I was writing songs.
Better things to do.
Playing an instructor.
I wasn't going. So.
What are you drinking yet?
Yeah, I wasn't drinking. I took till I'm fucking 50. My life is done.
Midlife crisis.
It's done. Yeah, midlife crisis, past, post midlife crisis. It's done.
When did you turn 50? You said this year.
50, December 70, December.
Well, last year.
So 51 you're counting on.
Well, this coming year I'll be 51.
So we're like 10 years.
Are you turning 50 this year or no?
No, this year I'll be 51.
Yeah. Okay.
But you wouldn't know that, people. I'm eternally 19.
42?
Yeah.
Not 60, not 75, 42.
I'm 41 in November.
I'll be 40 in January.
Yeah.
Don's old as fuck.
55.
Yeah, there you go.
Big 5'5".
But the funny thing, look at that fucking hair.
So, but he's dead. He's dead at 5 now. He was dead
at 10.
No, I'm 54. Wait a minute. I'll be 55 this year.
In October, yeah.
When's your birthday? October.
October, yeah.
But I remember we met you were literally 30 because I remember you were bitching because you had to play a show and they wanted you to sell tickets. Like,
I'm
a 30-year-old man. I'm not fucking selling tickets.
That's like that Mitch, the fucking flying
that's what it was.
Macabre was like, hey, we want to announce our place. So he called me up and he's like, hey, you got to sell tickets. I'm like, the fuck? I'm not in high school.
Battle the bands. So that always stuck with me. That was hilarious. But yeah, 30's like
30's old as fuck. I mean,
at the time,
and we'll give it all of us actually because you guys were like.
Well, I was 16, 17.
Yeah. No, before that, you were like young kids getting into metal, and so like maybe even him and I like like put this on camera. If you were in a thrash band or a death metal band, or whatever, and you had a mustache, Don, what is your take on that?
Dude's fucking old.
It's like, holy fuck, this guy's old.
Yeah. If you had a mustache and it was 1988, you're old old as fuck
why
and
you
not to
doing
be
that?
trusted.
Yeah.
So like, okay, like people in atrophy. Look at that back cover atrophy. You're like, fucking get rid of that.
That
Okay.
sucks.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You can look at the front of it and get rid of
well,
it.
get rid of the front. Yeah, but I'm
Didn't
saying,
even see
like,
the stash.
there were certain things, unless you were from Germany or Belgium, like you were allowed to have a mustache. But like other than that, if you had a mustache and you were in, it was 1988, you were like, okay, well, like this guy's like a fucking Johnny Come Lately. It's not the real
How
deal.
old are you?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Yeah. You're coming from fucking Deep Purple and Black Sabbath. Although I do love Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, but it's like, yeah, you don't know what fucking.
But that's an interesting part. Kind of a tangent, but yeah, you kind of mingle with the older crowd, let's just call it the Bill Peters crowd, the Auburn record scene of Cleveland.
Mhm.
You know, it's like the Cleveland scene's kind of, I don't know if segregated is the right word, but you know, like, or at least it
At
kind of
least
was.
It
Like,
was.
you know,
It's
with
not so much anymore.
death metal, black metal, heavy
was.
metal slash power metal
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
whatever. Like, yeah, but so us as kids, we didn't really fuck with that scene so much, as opposed, I guess, goes back to part one of that slop of a video we recorded.
Right,
but yeah, we were very much more in the extreme scene from
Yeah,
the
you
jump.
were more into like the
Death and Black.
Again, I
Death
remember,
and- Death, Black
what I
Metal,
remember
Death
from my
Thrash.
perspective, again, because I was the youngest, and Eric was the first one to buy CDs, and Chase kind of at the same time. And I remember, yeah, of course, we heard stuff like Pantera and White Zombie. And you're like, yeah, it's kind of cool, or whatever. It was Sacred
But
Right
not
that turned
really.
us on. Yeah, but then as soon as it was Eric, he bought Cannibal Corpse, and then Chase called me in the room to listen to it. And when I like loved it, I thought it was cool. Chase said, "You can't even understand what he's saying."
Yeah, but Justin was, I don't know where, I remember this, but Eric and I, we already heard Deicide Legion before all that. Was like
Before Cannibal?
2-3 years before that. Like,
Oh, see, I don't recall.
that was through our junkie ass.
Oh, I remember him talking about it. Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
I
we
do.
were there.
I didn't hear it.
A
Yeah,
family function on the back of the patio.
I do remember. Yeah, I
We
forgot
were at the
that he
store
bought
when he bought it. We were at the store when he bought it.
Okay.
It was like,
But I didn't
fucking
hear that.
crazy
Yeah,
shit.
no.
So that's why I'm like, so our first thing that we heard was Legion, and then yeah, Cannibal came later. But
see,
yeah,
I forgot.
what's the thing? Like Eric and I, it was all about like, so we shared a room and shit growing up.
Yeah,
and
so
then
automatically your experiences were being paired.
yeah, so Craig and
So
Justin
you were in Craig's room.
yeah, so those two kind of mingled. So that
Because I remember at this time, like I'm like 10, Craig's like 8, like literally, and so they're like 12, 13.
They're the old
So
kids.
yeah, exactly. And their cousin was the exact same age, or
Yeah.
junkie cousin you're talking about. And I actually do remember hearing about that. But the first death metal record I remember hearing with the girls was Cannibal. And then
Like
like
first album.
Vile, the fifth
Which
album.
would be-
Yeah, so it was like
That's what I'm saying.
97.
It was like-
Well, I'm saying-
Yeah, it's like 96.
No offense, CCI. you know.
Yeah,
It's later. It's like later.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So,
mid to late 90s.
Yeah, that's what, but I make the disclaimer all the time. That's where people are asking me, like I'm some authority. I'm like, dude, I heard the first death metal record in '97. I'm like, that's a late beat. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
That's late to the game.
Late as fuck.
But they're looking at me like, oh, this guy, like, what? I'm like, I'm new. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
but at the same time, too, I mean, put it in context of 1990, 7 years is fucking dick. So, like, realistically,
Yeah.
the scene was
1997, at least, I mean, there was a lot of shittier things to listen to.
yeah,
At least you're going towards that. Like 1997, you could listen to the fucking Deftones.
yeah. I don't get the 90s nostalgia, by the way. I think the 90s was fucking
90s
shit.
sucked.
Yeah, like the
90s
90s was
sucked
not
ass.
fantastic at all.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
90s was terrible.
There's some takeaway from it, but goddamn, I'm not.
That's when I went backwards.
I think it depends on what you're.
Starting in
I see where you're
1990s,
coming from.
yeah.
I think it really depends on what lens you're looking at
Yeah.
it from. Because
I'm
I
just
can
talking about music as a
90s
whole,
in
not just
general
metal.
fucking
Just
suck.
90s in general.
Yeah,
life in general. Life in general.
Yeah.
Now it's cushy as fuck. Back then, no internet, no air conditioning.
Yeah, but you didn't have 80s would have been worse then.
No
80s
shit.
was
That's what I'm
great,
saying.
man.
Like, this whole like harping back, this whole nostalgic thing metalheads have. It's like, yeah, from an entertainment standpoint, better movies, better music, lifestyle, fucking shit.
But
My
you didn't
opinion.
know it. Yeah, no, I get it. That's because you're looking at it from
Well, day to day.
lens.
But
I gotta
anyway,
fucking deal
you
with this
get
shit,
back
right?
to this. So okay, you guys are roomies.
Yeah,
And
so
then
it's
you're,
based on that.
you're just checking out CC in '97.
Mhm.
'97. So like fucking Legion was '92.
Because it's only 5 years.
Only 5 years is fucking huge. Like in a span of
Not
Big
really,
G
dude. That's
here.
like saying only 5 years. That was 2019. That was yesterday.
no, yeah, yesterday. But in the span, like Don, okay, in the span of like say 87, 88, 89, 90,
Yeah, a lot
92.
of cover shit.
That's fucking huge, right?
Yeah, that was
So
huge.
it's like massive. Like 87 to 92. You
Yeah.
might as well be a different.
Yeah, it's kind of
fucking-
weird. It's weird just like thinking back about it, like just the lapse of time. But yeah, I guess there's more significant things happening 80s, 90s versus like nowadays where, yeah, you just kind of scoff at 7 years, like just whatever, more of the rehash of the same,
it's
you know,
all-
whatever.
and we get older, but like
Yeah.
when you're younger, things matter more.
Right. Like I said, like earlier, like when you say it was 30, it was only fuck, this dude's old. But now it's like, that's still a fucking kid, basically, right? So it's kind of weird how the things adapt. But I don't know. What was the whole question, though? There was no question. Was
No, he was just his question, or he was just pointing out like when you guys got into.
Yeah. So Justin, like, I mean, as far as I remember, yeah, Eric and I were kind of doing our own thing, and then when we started the whole Hells thing, because we were buying the stuff, similar stuff, and we had a collection of crap we wanted to essentially get rid of. So Justin seemed kind of useful in the sense, well, now that'll be like the third guy with his shit. Useful. And he'll like case the CDs and shit.
Dude, a horse on that wagon.
we didn't trust him. We didn't trust him with packing the orders. So he was a young kid. So like Eric was packing the orders for the first few years.
He was the extreme.
Yeah, but Justin would do all the prep.
I came
Justin
up
would pull the shit.
That's why there's no damage.
Yeah.
Back quarters.
What was the pictures taking thing that you guys always did?
That was before Hells. That was before
Hells. Which the shows we went to, we just took photos.
Yeah, so
our model
you
was
always like make sure you got the. I mean, I have.
Well, you gotta like buy film and shit, so like your kids.
Those are cool photos. I mean, not to sound like a homo, but like the photos I think you showed me.
You see it?
Yeah, well, you three brothers
like top secret. You've never seen.
I mean,
when
those
Chase
are like
had no hair at all.
Yeah,
he was bald.
Those are cool photos. So it's like, man, look at these three brothers like totally getting into shit.
I've seen it anyways.
Coming from an only child, it's like I don't have any brothers or sisters, so it's like, man,
we're total opposite. Yeah, no.
Three, not even like a brother and a brother, like three brothers. This is a unique thing. Like nobody. Name another
Christian.
Yeah, Christian. So like
that's why
three brothers.
Yeah, all three brothers.
Okay.
People think the same.
Okay. I'm done.
You don't know your names.
I don't know if it's a fucking manual.
Well, people think if you look at their last names, people think Alex the singer is not their full brother, whatever he is. He told the story in Brazil. You could take your mother's name or last name. He took one of their names to keep the name going. Yeah. But he's like, no, they're like, we all three of us have the same two parents.
Which is ironic though. It was like so we were cool with them. Like when
so
they
it's like
first
actually
came up.
Three real
brothers.
Yeah,
same.
Dude, I mean, if you see Alex and Moise, they look like fucking twins damn near. A lot of times I'm like,
cool.
That's
cool.
But it's cool. It's kind of cool because that was sort of a conversation starter back when they were first touring the U.S. And so we were always like fucking mega fans
a little bit.
But we had that kind of
sharing our stories too, like family wise.
I think that's why they remembered us from early on. It's like, oh shit, like, and Alex has even told me.
And you have the Black Sheep fourth brother.
They didn't meet him because he didn't like the Christian stuff.
But I'm saying, but it's still
yeah. Well, that's what it was when Craig started coming around. That's where I think it was Dwayne that met him first. He's like, "Holy shit, there's a fourth one!" And then
I remember Danya was just like, "Yeah, they got another brother,
and they got a sister too."
They got another brother, and he likes good music.
You guys like Destruction Sonic?
He actually likes good music. He's a fucking dick.
That's what I'm saying. We like
to keep him in the basement.
And then Don introduced himself. Goes up to him. Oh, hey! I know you're gonna be here. You don't know me.
My tail on the face.
Turn around.
But it is rare. So there's two occasions where there's like three brothers, not just like two. Because two.
Well, there's more of them. There's more of them. Those are just the ones that are like
really not music at all.
Related.
I mean, it's a rare thing.
But when
at the time, we didn't know it.
They had a few names. I mean, like Brian called us the Brothers of Brutality. So if you look at a lot of the inside booklets and shit of like the brutal stuff, be Brothers of Brutality. Danny Nelson from Malignancy called us the Brothers Grimm. Kanye would call us the Triple Six.
Triple Threat.
So we had a few names that they'd call us. And I was slightly annoyed back then with guys like Dwayne and shit, as much as I liked them as a friend and stuff, but it was annoying because they never knew us by first name. And then if somebody said something,
family doesn't even get our names right.
No, but it was like they never knew our names. I was like, because I remember if one guy said,
Uncle Tim and them, they'd come like, which one are you again?
I kind of do that now too with all the
all right, so why
No, I'm talking about the scene. They just knew us as the brothers. They didn't know our first names at all. I was like, dude, I know you for fucking 5 years. You should know my goddamn name. And we talked to you at every show. And then, so I found that a little irritating. Because then one person said, like I remember Craig made a comment once when he came around about the new Celtic Frost. Oh my God. And Dwayne's like, yeah, it was awesome. He's like, whew, that's a thing to admit. He said something like that, and he got mad. And and he fuck those Horvils. Whoa, I wasn't even in the world yet. That got nothing to do with me.
Do you understand that? It's literally what you're doing on YouTube on a daily fucking basis.
No, that's annoying. I know.
Some snot-nosed fucking kids, some snot-nosed kids gonna tell some guy in his 30s.
Yeah, I know. It's just annoying. I don't like. I was like, hey, don't.
So now you're doing exactly what you were fucking receiving.
No. Yeah, I'm receiving, but I never agreed with it back then. I was like,
I agree with it. Why don't want no fucking kid tell me what the fuck?
No, what do you mean? If Craig says something, that means that's what you think?
Yes.
No,
I'm just saying, like, some little kids, like, talking up to some dude.
You're
No,
You're
you're
by
saying-
extension.
I'm
By
saying
extension and last name.
If like Chase goes and says
Wes.
something,
Well,
if
I
Chase
mean,
goes and says something to Don, and Don's mad at you for whatever reason, fuck all those Horvils.
Well, maybe not.
What? I wasn't even there.
Depends how much I like them, you know? Like, if it's like,
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. He'd get mad at one guy. That would happen. I'm like,
He's assuming one representative spoke for the group.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't even there, dude.
I was never offended by it.
No, I wasn't.
I understood where he's going.
I wasn't offended. I just found it annoying. I was like, because I would hear jabs and things. I'm like, well, dude, I literally wasn't even at the fucking show.
But you were more. The thing is, though, too, you were way more of a smart mouth motherfucker. Like back, well, arguably consistently even now. But like, back then, like some dude, like this little skank kid with fucking
Digging him again.
a million goddamn necklaces.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Yelling at 35.
Oh yeah, we all fell into our roles for a reason.
Yeah.
So
Shoe fits. It's a good place to put them.
So, we're probably going to be wrapping this up. People are probably bored. So, what is in?
Zero structure.
You guys are supposed to be the host.
I'm trying to host. Let me ask you
God's hosting.
So, what's in store for Hells Headbangers in a short term and then in the long term? Do you see yourselves doing this 25 years from now? You're going to be dead.
Yeah,
selling the company.
Yeah,
What's
that's
going
a
on?
fucking great question.
Oh,
Like, can you sustain this till you're fucking 65?
Well, should I go first?
Yeah.
He does your day.
Well, no,
No,
let's
let
let
Chase
Easy
go
E go.
first.
'Cause
No, let
he's
Chase
the
go
oldest.
He's primed and ready. Go right ahead.
No, you're the oldest.
Well,
You're the eldest.
The obvious answer is, what the fuck else you gonna do?
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna do this shit till I'm
Okay.
dead. This guy over here, I don't know. Like he's like exercising and doing all these weird like steroid things. I don't fucking know. He's like he's dead by 60. I'm probably like
That means I'm doing it until the day I die, though.
But 60 ain't shit.
You're gonna die soon, man. You got these fucking chemicals.
So that's
Yeah.
an early
You're
departure.
gonna
So
fucking
we'll
die
have to find another elaborate
Gotta
packer.
get
Probably.
another packer.
I'll get
Well,
another
I'll be
elaborate packer and keep
alive.
it
And I
going.
pack every day.
She knows how to pack.
The widowed wife will continue on. I mean, maybe my son will be in there. I don't know.
But realistically, okay, you guys in your 40s now, right?
Correct.
Okay, so retirement age is 65.
There's no retirement, man. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Sit on a beach.
Enjoy life.
Technically,
That's
65.
what I'm doing.
So
No,
you
you
started
have
this.
to
You
enjoy
started this
life, though.
pre-teen, right?
Yeah.
So you started this like 20,
24 years ago.
24 years ago. So can you sustain this another 24 years?
As long as people give a shit about the media,
I think
we're
you
offering.
can.
Yeah,
I think
the
so,
question
yeah.
is not really us. It's really the.
No, I
the
think you
scene.
can.
It's-
Yeah.
The whole thing is progressive.
It's only progressive.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's
at
where
the end of the
They're
day,
just trying to keep up with the
It's
interest.
cool like it is too. It's a business. It's how we make our living. I mean, like realistically, like in my own case, like I'm going to quit to do what? Be a garbage man?
Yeah.
I was like, so
Exactly,
it's kind
yeah.
of like, what the fuck else am I going to do? Yeah.
Well, coming from like like say like like the stuff like talking with Brian Slagle, Metal Blade Records. He started in fucking 82.
He's 40 plus. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 60 some years
I mean,
old.
40 plus into the game.
40 plus years. Okay, so he's 40 plus years in your game. You guys, you started at like let's say 20, just to make it even number. 40 plus years, you're 60. You got even if you make it 40 years to quote like years 40.
Yeah.
Even if you make it 40 years, you got 5 years just to fucking dick off and jerk off. So
Well, there's like honestly,
that's a fucking really. That's something to be said.
We'll put you this way though, Slagle's
As for underground shit. And the underground shit for Slagle too at that time. You got Bitch, Serathungal, all these like early Metal Blade stuff. It was underground shit. Nobody give a shit about it. Nobody give a shit about fucking Nunsolid. Nobody give a shit about fucking Midnight at that point. It's like, so for you guys to continue this if you continue for 40 years, fuck man, that's like.
Yeah. But our shit's different than like I'd say Metal Blade because when we first started it was more distro focused.
Yeah.
So like we got the label part of it, which I mean
But that's also that
also
also goes in your favor because Metal Blade, I read
just strictly label.
Yeah, I read Slagle's book. He had like in the 90s.
He's relying on all the fucking distro terms and conditions and bullshit
to survive. Yeah,
he doesn't do his own. We do our own fulfillment. We do our own fucking distribution essentially. So now
And if I
he's
could
doing
just
his own
throw
media.
something in there, we are like 7 people as a whole. It's not like I think people think it's a huge
Operation.
It's
Well,
like,
yeah.
honestly,
Well, and like reading Slagle's book at one point, it was like Europe, United States, but it was never a huge organization.
Yeah.
It was never.
It's a family. Even the people that come in that are
Well, even Metal Blade,
you know
it's still family. And like even the people like from the '80s, it's still like
I felt like it was a bigger situation.
it was bigger, but it's still like Slagle, Tracy Vera. It's still Brian Ames.
Right?
Yeah,
It's still
it's all perspective.
Flail.
You're right.
You know, it's still
Because
like
to me, it's like
it's still the
7
main.
people.
It's still the main.
Everyone thinks we
four.
have our own planes.
do.
But it's still the
shipping
main
shit.
four. It's like it's the main like.
No, but
three
what you're
guys
saying
here.
is, well, there's people there. It's obvious for the emails and messages, just over the years, your report channel, everything that people, not everybody, but there's people that think it's way larger than it
Right.
is. It's like, dude, this isn't.
But it's sustainable. Like
Well,
Don said, like it's sustainable.
Well, I'll give you an example
So you
too,
guys
especially
fucking
now,
60
even
years
now
old.
that I do the channel, and when people do email the service, because I do that too, other than elaborate packing, is when they email, they're like, "Is this really J-Dog?" Yeah, like who else? Who do you think's like running it? Like,
Oh, it's my actor.
Did you think I was making it up on camera? Like, yeah, this is what we do, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, this 20-minute video. Like, you think that's what I do for a living? No.
Yeah.
So I was, although that's
Very long
interesting.
answer.
No, it's interesting information. I was looking at it more of a all-encompassing, like what is in store, like
What's coming up?
Yeah, no, not necessarily like what's releases, but the big picture. Where do you see Hells Headbangers instead of putting out a CD or a release of maybe an unknown band and selling 1,000 copies? How do you get from 1,000 to 5,000 to 50,000 units
do I want
out the door?
Yeah, I know exactly.
That's
like,
what I'm
I
saying.
know exactly what you mean. Do I want to talk about it on camera? Probably not. But yeah, I know the answer to that question. But yeah,
Okay.
at the end of the day, it's about efficiency and organization. Let's put it at
A
that.
little bit of a secret sauce stuff
Yeah.
there.
So
Well,
focusing on that. It's just better. Just boring ass business.
Well, the
shit.
thing is,
All the back
also,
end.
do you
Yeah.
think like as the catalog that you have now
for the
is
label
that
side.
enough, is that enough?
You know, it is an
Yeah.
interesting thing, man. Like, we're actually in a position where we kind of don't even need to sign bands because we have
That-
everyone's
that's what
like,
I'm
"Here's a
saying,
new
yeah.
album." Like, so we have enough shit to like just. I mean, are these like very hot sellers? I mean, hit or
Of
miss.
course.
But in terms of like what's being turned in, what we could be doing, like we're not like hard out for bands. So we have that going on too. And then of course, yeah, maybe we'll here and there we'll do some new signings.
Yeah,
and whatnot,
that's what I'm saying. Like with what you have now,
yeah,
with the distro stuff.
yeah. I'm not,
I mean,
I'm not
like,
stressing.
you're 40. Can
Yeah.
you sustain yourself for another 20,
He's
25
40,
years and
dude.
like fucking like fuck off and feed your kid?
I mean,
I
Hells
would hope so.
Headbangers has to be one of, if not the largest underground metal distributor.
It
I
is
say
the
this
largest.
is
It is the
Who's
largest.
bigger? I
Well,
challenge.
that's
I put
yeah.
the challenge on the channel that you don't watch it.
Don't challenge. It's not a sport.
No, I'm talking about if it's
But- but
if it's an
I-
underground distro online sale, who has bigger?
Underground. Yeah.
Who?
No.
And I was like, if there is somebody, great. Let me know who it is. I can't think of anybody.
Because most of the labels, they're only distributing the things on their.
No, but there's
their
other
label.
distros. You got
Honestly,
Dark Set, Nuclear
they-
War now. I'm going up and said they don't have bigger size.
Yeah,
kits
Yeah, no.
than us.
Realistically,
now.
the thing is, like, the question is, like, hey, are we going to be able to sustain, competing with Bandcamp, Discogs, and platforms like that, where the customer comes in, they're paying pretty much a premium because they're getting like one things here and there,
But it's
individual
one
shipments.
thing.
Where
Thing
like we're
was,
like a way of
you guys,
consolidating.
you can buy like I want to check
Right.
out.
Or a full service.
But in terms of selection, we're like that's where we
Yeah, I
need
want
to
to buy like
focus.
5 titles.
Right, but if you
So
go to
it's like-
those platforms, if you go to Discogs, you're gonna kind of find whatever you're looking for. If you
Pretty
go to
much.
Hells, you may or may not,
But
like,
still,
you're in.
if you go to Discogs, you're gonna buy 1 title.
From each
Exactly,
person, from each
yeah.
buyer.
And so like, if
So you're paying shipping on that
Yeah,
first too. Yeah.
exactly.
Again, coming back from shipping,
Essentially-
I'm a fucking record buyer. I pay attention to shipping, and that's what you guys have great shipping.
So I guess my
Really loves the
my
shipping.
point would be exactly.
I'm a shipper. I'm into shipping. That's right.
I'm a shipping guy.
my point would
Hey
be,
Annette, how you doing, mail lady? I love you. Yeah, how you doing?
Living out here in the boonies, like, yeah, I can say
Yeah, I know my mail person, my name.
I'm just assuming like the Discogs and the Bandcamps and maybe other platforms like that will continue onwards, and as long as we're able to kind of compete with that in terms of selection and whatnot, I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and if you think about it, like, okay, you guys have done like 25 years, 24 years now.
Yeah.
So what's another 20 years? Fucking nothing.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Almost at
it'll fly
25 when we're
by.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing 24 hard years,
Right.
It's
what is 20?
Yeah,
easy
I mean, I
years?
think we're refining it more and just get better at it.
Yeah, get better
So-
at it and just keep doing what you're doing. Do the DHL, do the fucking Brazil.
No.
Oh, you walked
Short
out of
here
that
for that
house,
conversation.
Shut it
you got thrown on the bus.
Yeah,
So-
keep Brazil fucking.
Jake,
You don't see the behind the
Jake,
scenes.
what do you
We
think
went
about
over
the
behind the
channel
scenes.
as a whole? Like, what do
What I
you
think about the
about
the Justin
J-Dog
Werwolf channel that has
Like,
no
what do you think about
no name.
It's got a name. It's
I
my
mean-
name.
J-Dog?
J-Dog.